So
We'll find it.
we'll find it.
Yeah.
Okay, so we have Fendalton-Waimairi-Harewood, please. Howdy doody.
It's almost good afternoon, but good morning,
Yes.
everybody. So, decisions made under delegation, as you can see on the board: strengthening communities, funding, board projects, tree planting, and a couple of reserves, some safety improvements, easement for fibre at Avonhead Park, and some better off funding applications. Then it has been great to see an increase in number of people participating in our public forum and taking the opportunity to do deputations to the board regarding specific projects. It has been particularly nice to have young students from 2 local primary schools come along to speak to the board about council projects in their area recently. We also had 10 deputations at our last meeting regarding the proposed traffic safety improvements on Glandovi and Idris roads. After hearing from the residents, the board let the report lie on the table in order for staff to consider some alternative options that address some of the concerns raised by those residents. It was also good to have our new local MP, Hamish Campbell, come along and introduce himself to the board, and he expressed a keen desire to work together with the board on issues affecting our local residents.
So the Hartley Ave pedestrian overbridge in Strowan was recently closed due to safety concerns relating to the condition of the bridge. In particular, the handrails, which were loose and proposed a risk of falling onto the tracks. The bridge is vital for many local families, providing a safe route for students and parents to and from Waimāero School each day, as well as many local residents. After negotiations with council staff and other parties involved, it has been agreed that the cost of the repairs will be shared 50-50 between the council and the Ministry of Education. A big thank you to Senior Engineer Chang Lui from our asset management team for facilitating this outcome. The work has been completed and the bridge reopened to the public on 23rd of August. By working together, we are ensuring this link is maintained and improved, enhancing safety and connectivity for all.
At the end of June, the first on-site meeting of the Community Advisory Group for the Nature Play Space at Englefield Reserve was held. Those present included the Local Residents Association, community group representatives from Northwood and Belfast, along with the Sticks Living Laboratory Trust, a nature play consultant, council play advocate and local community development advisor, Natalie Daly. Discussions took place around childhood memories of fun play, and the group had a look through the available space. Some examples of nature play spaces were shown, which generated some great discussion. In July, 15 tamariki aged between 10 and 13 from the Belfast area did some on-site investigations, and engagement told us what they wanted to see in the space. They all enjoyed playing in the area. 3 of them decided to spend most of their time fishing rubbish out of the creek. They also remade a makeshift bridge across the stream, found good hiding places and played tag. There were heaps of great suggestions put forward by the group, which have been put into the information to create the initial design. 2 more youth engagement events will be held over the next few months.
So on the 23rd of July, our community development advisors, Natalie and Karen, hosted a workshop with key community stakeholders to look at some of the challenges facing young people in the Brynwood area. Attendees included community board members, government representatives, public health officials, local principals, youth workers, and representatives from various community organisations. Discussions highlighted key concerns such as a lack of positive role models, social disconnection, and insufficient support systems for youth. Challenges faced by youth organisations were also discussed, including funding constraints, difficulties in recruiting suitable youth workers, and adapting to evolving government regulations. Participants identified several gaps, including the need for safe spaces for youth, improved community connections, and more inclusive youth design programs. The group emphasised the importance of involving youth in program design and exploring successful models from other community projects. The next steps include researching community needs, learning from examples in other areas, and continuing to gather feedback from local youth to guide further efforts. And still me again, so thanks to the collective efforts of the Burnside Brynwood Community Network, Christchurch City Council, Merceda Consultants and local community and sports groups, the inaugural Burnside Community Directory has been completed. It is now being delivered by volunteers to nearly 3,500 households in Burnside. The initiative originated from social research conducted in 2022, highlighting that many Burnside residents were keen to get out and about but weren't aware of local activities and resources, and some had limited access to the internet. The primary goal of the Burnside Community Directory is to celebrate the vibrant community life of Burnside by curating a comprehensive list of local activities and services. We're also planning to move the directory to an online platform.
Lastly, for us, some of you may recall the Avonhead Russley Safety Initiative that our board undertook a couple of years ago. Part of that project included the development of a community safety information folder that was delivered to all the households in that area. Feedback was extremely positive and generated a lot of interest from other suburbs in the board area. As a result of this feedback, we have now turned it into an information folder which is generic across the whole board area and is now being distributed throughout all suburbs. If other board areas are keen to look at something similar but tailored to the area, our local community governance team is happy to provide the template and any other help you may need. Thank you very much.
Right, I've got just one wee thing to say. A street that's just down the road from me, which is in your area, is Westmont Street. Now, if you ever want to see, anyone wants to see the wrong tree in the wrong place, go down and have a look at the damage that's done to the curb and channel all the way along the street. Now, I've got a confession to make. I built the subdivision for my grandfather 45 years ago, and I probably planted the bloody trees there in the first place. But we're not losing sight of it. I know the residents down there are getting quite upset because the trees in the worst possible place. The tree has lifted the curb and channel 200 millimetres. So in between where the driveways are, fills up with water and gets ice, and it's absolutely not flush. So staff are working on that to see how we can overcome, either take them out, put the right ones in. But the sad thing about it is they're very nice trees, but they're the wrong ones.
Where was that again, Your Worship?
Eh?
Where was that again?
Westmont Street.
Westmont. I'll go
Go
there
and have a
after
look.
this.
Go and have a look. Thank you very much.
Thanks, team.